Hey, in this video I will be going through the top part of my shelf, which I kind of refer to as in my mind, as the cool big part of the shelf, because all these rocks are quite big, because they're often a little bit too big to fit on the smaller sections, and also these are just some of the cooler rocks that I really like, and I've decided to sort of feature them in a bigger showcase, because as you can see, if we take a look at the entire shelf here, I'll switch to portrait for a bit. As we take a look at the entire shelf, you can see that this bit is this top bit is the most sort of obvious and featured. So yeah, these are basically just the coolest rocks. I've got them, so you can see on the left here, these are igneous rocks. Through the middle here is metamorphic rocks, and through the right is sedimentary rocks. And between them, I've got this sort of vials of just little rocks that I thought would look kind of cool up here. So just a quick disclaimer, I said this in my gem video as well. I actually, excuse me. I actually don't know that much about geology. I only completed a minor in geology, so my knowledge of rocks is decent, but like I probably will get some rock classifications wrong, and also some, just some stuff wrong about rocks in general. So just don't take this as like a geology informational video. Rather, it's just an amateur guy going and chilling out for his rock collection. So let's start over here with the igneous rocks. So we have a look at this bottom area here. We have these are bits of undersea basalt, I think, like a pillow lava type situation. I picked these up in New Zealand, in Golden Bay. Here is a piece of, I believe this is basalt. I'm actually not sure where I picked this up. I remember some, as you can probably be able to tell, I remember some of where I picked stuff up and not so much other areas. This is some granite from South Africa. You can see, I believe that's a big plagioclase crystal there, amongst some mica and other crystals through there. And then we have some scoria from the central North Island. And then this, I believe, is a pillar lava with some sort of crystal. I don't actually know what crystal that is. And I picked that up also in Golden Bay. And if we move up here a little bit, we can see that I have a nice piece of obsidian, just standard obsidian. I got given this by a friend. Pretty cool. This, I actually have no idea what this is, but I believe that these are olivine crystals, but I couldn't tell you for sure. If anyone actually watches these videos, which no one does, but if anyone happened to, if you could tell me what this is, that would be kind of cool. I'm actually not sure. It's quite heavy. So yeah, we have that. Then we have a nice big piece of granite. A nice big piece of granite here. Sorry for the moving camera, it's kind of shaky hands, but yeah, so with big crystals in it. And then this is a cool piece of granite, which I picked up in the Abel Tasman National Park. As you can see, it's got some nice crystals through it. Very cool crystals. This I picked up in Golden Bay, in New Zealand. And I think that this is just big crystals in some sort of an intrusion, some sort of basalt intrusion. I'm not 100% sure on that one. And then if we move up here, we have, I believe this is another piece of granite, although perhaps this could be diorite. Oh shit, apologies. Diorite or granite. I picked that up in South Africa. This here is a piece of Cape Town granite. You can see very cool crystals for it. I really like this piece. You can sort of see them sparkling. I'm trying to get them to sparkle in the light for you there. And then we have this. I picked this up in Golden Bay. I'm actually not sure what this is, but it looks igneous to me. So if anyone knows any more about that, you could let me know. This, I believe, here is a piece of granite. Oh, apologies about that. Piece of granite with like a cool sort of quartz underlay on it. I'm not entirely sure how this happens, but it's pretty cool. Another piece of granite here. I think I picked this up in Cape Town. You can see it's a little bit weathered. And then another piece of granite. I believe this might be from Paarl, which is near Cape Town in South Africa. So you can tell that I kind of like granite, because most of what I've got in my cool rock section is granite. So this is just a very cool rounded piece of what I believe is granite, although I'm looking at it now, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's granite, and it's just quite cool and rounded. So I'll leave that there. This is a nice big piece of just scoria here, just regular scoria picked up from Central North Island. This, once again, is that stuff, I'm not sure, I don't know what it is, but it looks igneous. I might be some sort of breccia or something, but I think it's quite cool. And then I picked that up in Golden Bay in New Zealand. This here is, I picked this up in the Central North Island. I don't know what it is exactly. It's very dark, which is interesting because it might just be a piece of dark andesite. But yeah, it's quite cool. And then if we move up to the top here, a bit further up, this is just another big piece of scoria picked up in the Central North Island. This here is another piece of granite. I can't remember where I picked this up, but I would assume Cape Town in South Africa. But if you look there, you can see big plagioclase crystals coming through. As well as a bunch of other like smaller crystals. And then over here I've got a piece of what I believe to be gabbro, or but I could be wrong on that, but it's pretty cool. Nice circular shape. And then moving up to the top here, we can see just another piece of scoria, Central North Island. And then this rock I picked up also in a Central North Island. Once again, I don't know what it is. It's very interesting because it's very, very dense and it seems to have no crystalline structure at all. But it's from an andesite volcano, so it might just be a piece of like quite black andesite or something like that. I don't know what it is. It's very heavy though. So yeah, I'll put that back. And I'll go through the vials of stuff at the end, I guess. Or maybe I'll do them now, actually. So here we just have a little vial of pumice, as you can see. Over here, we have a little vial of just random little bits of granite. Igneous rocks that just broke off at various times. Also just some small igneous rocks here. You can see them in their little vial. Same thing just there, in that vial, and just there in that vial. And then over here I have some ash from the Mount Ruapehu 1995 eruption collected from, where does that say? Collected from Tangiwai, so it's quite close. You can see it's quite coarse ash in this little jar here. So there you go. Then let's move on to the metamorphic section, which, as you can see, has most of the biggest sort of position up here because I have a lot of metamorphic rocks. This here, you might notice is actually not metamorphic. That's just a piece of greywacke sedimentary rock, but it's there because I've got these. I'm not sure if you can see, but I've got these. Oh, there you go. You see, I've got these bars of rock. I kind of am taking off the bar shape of rock. So I always thought gold bars were cool as a kid. So it's here, even though it's actually sedimentary. So I know it's sedimentary and it's not supposed to be there, but sometimes the rule of cool comes in. So yeah, that's a piece of greywacke there. Here, I think this is just a big lump of quartz, actually. I picked this up in Namibia. It's very cool. And then here, I believe, is a nice bar of gneiss. Nice bar of gneiss. This is a big quartz crystal I picked up in South Africa. You can see it's got a lot of oxidization and stuff on it. But there it is. Could be calcite also. I've always had trouble telling quartz apart from calcite when I don't have acid to deal with it. Here we have also just a nice piece of gneiss. Here we have just more gneiss. You can see with nice layers. Very pretty. Here's a piece of schist. And some more schist here. This is from the Swiss Alps. And then I don't know what rock this is, but it's cool. And then we move up. So this actually belongs in my gem collection because it's quite a cool quartz gem, but it just happens to be here because it looks cool. So we can see here some nice... This is getting confusing. These are cool rocks, and some of them might be nice. The rock type. Here we have a nice piece of... I believe this is schist from, once again, from the Swiss Alps. Quite cool. Just some nice layering here. You can see that. Quartz or calcite crystal, once again, I have trouble telling them apart, but quartz or calcite crystal from, fuck me, apologies about the language, I'm just dropping things everywhere. Okay, so then up here, we have some New York, believe that's schist there, picked it up in New York in Central Park. Another thing that belongs to the gem collection, but it's just really cool. Then over here, we have a cool quartz vein running through what I believe is some schist, but I could be wrong on that, but it's very nice. And then over here we have a little, I think this is actually a mini geode, like an undeveloped geode. Let me see if I can focus that for you here. Undeveloped geode, but it's very, very cool. Picked that up in South Africa. I think this might be quartzite here. Once again, could be wrong on that. And I believe this is a calcite crystal. Also, if anybody knows, are crystals technically classified as metamorphic or not? I don't actually know. But if we move up to here, we can see this is, I actually picked this up in the top of the South Island somewhere, I forget exactly where. So that's a cool little rock there. Then we have this I picked up quite recently, actually. Very cool rock. Picked that up in Wellington, where I reside. These here from Golden Bay, as you can see. Very nice layering. I believe that's nice. And then over here we have, I believe another piece of gneiss. And then some, I don't know what that is exactly, but it's pretty cool color. And that there. And then if we move up to the top here, that there is actually not a rock. That's just a lump of iron ore, which I thought looked pretty cool, so I put it up here. We have, I believe that this is quartzite here, quartzite rock. This, I do not know what it is, but it's very, very cool. I really like it. I love the layering on it. You can see I'm a bit of a sucker for layering. Or for foliation, if we want to be big brain. Then over here, we just have a quartz crystal, I believe, and another quartz crystal there. And that's another piece of just slag, which I was given. And if we take a look at the stuff in the vials here, a lot of this will be sedimentary or metamorphic, because we're near the sedimentary shelf here. But just have coming through some quartz crystals and stuff in there. Picked these up at a stream in South Africa, in the Drakensberg Mountains. just up here. I'm just going through it. Those are bits of Greywacke, and then some quartz there, and some more quartz. So now we get into the sedimentary shelf. This here is, I believe, chert. And then moving on, we have, excuse me, here we have a cool rock with fossils in it. That's an oyster fossil there, if you look. It's very cool. I picked this up in Wanganui. Another little fossil here. This is I picked up when I was a little kid, when I was first getting into fossils and rocks and stuff. Very, very cool. This here, apologies, just got a notification. This here is a fossilized oyster shell from the same rock that this is from, but just the shell. So that's quite cool. These here are some fossil shells that my parents got me. You can see they've been smoothed off and tumbled a little bit. So that's cool. And then here we have, I actually don't know what's going on here. I think it's just a quartz crystal inside some sort of sedimentary rock, but it's very, very cool. I like it a lot. It could also be a calcite crystal, because like I said, can't tell them apart properly. Here we just have a piece of Greywacke with a cool quartz piece on it, as you can see. One more of those fossils I picked up when I was a kid, and then just some Greywacke. A lot of this is Greywacke because the rocks around where I live are Greywacke, but you can see cool quartz lines and stuff in the Greywacke there and there. And then I believe there's another piece of chert just right there. And then moving up, we have, once again, more Greywacke with cool lines. So you can see there's a bit of a pattern there, Greywacke with cool lines. This here, I believe, is chert, but I could be wrong on that. And then this, I don't know exactly what it is, but it looks pretty cool. And then over here, I also have no idea what this is. Picked this up in a cave, but it looks pretty cool. And then that's just a piece of Greywacke with some cool weathering on it, as you can see. Moving up, we have a cool piece of Greywacke with a quartz line for it. This I picked up recently on one of the coasts of Wellington, the coast near Wainuiomata, if anyone knows where that is. But yeah, I picked it up very recently. It's got a cool quartz. Sorry, coast near Macra. I take that back. This is from Macra. Cool quartz layer at the bottom. Once again, more Greywacke with cool lines. And then just a lump of oxidized Greywacke. Not because I think it looks particularly cool, but I think it's cool to have a representative sample of the rocks where I live in my shelf. Now, I believe this over here is coal. And I don't know if it's charcoal or regular coal, but it's here just to represent itself, a piece of carbon. It's kind of a rock. It's there to, just representing a piece of Greywacke with a little quartz vein through it. I don't actually know what this is. It might be limestone with calcite veins. I don't know. And then just a piece of Greywacke there. And then a piece of limestone with a bunch of shells in it at the top. So yeah, that's it. So let me just, I'll just sort of see if I can get a more wide-angle perspective of what the whole thing looks like, probably for the thumbnail. So you can see there's the whole shelf, the whole top bit of a shelf. And we'll just go through it real quick again, so, whoop, and just like that, and like that. So thanks very much for watching, and there'll be more coming with the whole shelf coming soon, because I've got a bunch more shelves to do, as you can see. But yep, thanks very much for watching, and have a great day.